What's up? What's the word?
It's your boy Cody Mack here with another episode of What's the Word. Bringing in the new year with our first interview, and I'm here with some lovely ladies and a gentleman. So, I guess we could go around the room and have y'all introduce yourselves because it's not a group, right? It's a project, right?
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
so we can't call y'all a group. So, but I'm gonna have each lady go around and gentleman introduce themselves.
Okay, hello everybody. I am Ash.
Hey, I'm Renika.
Hi, my name is Ksenia.
I'm Trevor.
My name is Bianca Shaw.
I'm Shantae.
And I'm Brash Callis.
Okay. This would be dope for y'all's group so you be like,
And
weird.
we are.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
She.
She is actually the reason why we're here today because you guys came together as a group of collective and did a project titled She, right? Mm-hmm. Alright, so we're going to start with Trevor because you're the reason why we're here today, reaching out to us. So what was the how did She come about?
So honestly, it all started as like a general basis. I wanted to make an album or an EP that had a bunch of girls all involved, and then that kind of brewed into this idea of female empowerment, women empowerment, and crossing the idea with meshing brands and meshing collaboratory and stuff like that. Just like a whole basis of just collaboratory. I would say effort. And then it kind of brewed after I met K-Sound. That's kind of, and then Ash kind of blossomed out into the rest of the artists. That's where it came from. Yeah.
Okay, so K-Sound, what was your role in the project?
I'm a recording, mix, and mastering engineer, so I recorded most of the tracks and I mixed all of them. Mixed and mastered all of the tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's really
Like
good.
a boss.
She owns the studio
Really
that we are in. This is her studio.
Play.
I'll give a round of applause.
Can we curse?
We recorded She in a She owned studio. I like that.
Yes.
All female involvement. Yeah.
Except for you. So why are you?
Go on,
Yeah,
get.
I mean that's the honestly that was like the touchiest thing coming into this. It was like a male doing an all female thing. How do you even approach that or do that? But I mean it was really these lovely ladies that kind of finalized it and curated it themselves. So
Okay. So ladies, let me ask you this. We're gonna touch on that. When a guy comes to you like, yo, I want to do this all female project, was that weird hearing that? Like, yo, why would you want to do an all female project?
No, not at all.
Yeah, no. And the way that he came to us was real respectful, and he did a good job at getting the point across and get us to understand what he was trying to do. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely professional. It was the
Yeah.
email sent for me. I mean, it was the email. I said, whatever you need, what is going on here? This is all great. All great.
Email,
I typed up
Yeah,
an email.
it
I sent
was
DMs. I did the whole
So
yards.
perfect. You did great.
For a really long time, I didn't even know how he looks like. He just sent me an email and I was like, this looks really professional. Let me just talk to him.
See what it's about, right?
You knew each other before the
No.
project?
Oh, I
I
did.
didn't know. Actually, I went to
I
school
do.
with Renika.
Yeah,
I
we
knew
went to school
Renika.
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew Shantae and Bianca. That's it.
Yeah.
I knew Brash.
And then
That's my girl.
So yes,
kinda
we all kind of know each other.
Yeah. It's Chicago, so I mean, right?
So is everybody from Chicago?
Yes.
I wasn't. I
I'm not
actually just
either.
came down here. Yeah, I was from
Where you come from?
middle of Wisconsin, middle of Chicago, that happy medium.
But Kankakee or something?
You know, Johnsburg, middle of
Waukegan?
nowhere. No, a little bit south of Waukegan. Do you know McHenry, Richmond, Johnsburg, Woodstock, Crystal Lake?
I know I heard Christian Bass.
Up there, yeah, up there.
There's many places.
It's crazy.
I think it's only one artist that is from the UK, but everybody
Yeah,
else is
Delilah.
from Chicago, right?
Everyone else is from
Oh,
Chicago.
and she's Russian.
I'm from Russia.
Only one person, and she's speaking in her whole accent.
But I live in Chicago now. I've been
meant
living
the
here for
artist.
10 years.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you technically a Chicagoan.
Yeah, but I'm from Russia.
So you came from cold to come to cold. That's my
Yeah.
I'm not from here either. I'm from
Yes.
Dunlap, but nobody knows where that is. Very small town.
Familiar.
Yeah, it's outside of Peoria, but it's very small, like country town. But I've been here for 15 years now.
Okay, you a Chicago. So what made you guys not from Chicago? What made you guys migrate to Chicago?
Oh, the culture. You already know the culture, the
Racism.
food.
Racism.
What?
I'm from the country.
Right?
Well.
True.
It pushed you away from your hometown.
Yeah, I definitely want to get out
I
there.
thought you
But
meant you came here.
Yeah,
for
for
racism.
racism.
I'm determined to beat it. I wanted to get away from the small town, and I went to film school, so that was like my
Columbia?
first. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: did you finish?
No, hell no. Nobody finishes.
I didn't even finish.
It's so stupid. You learn way more after you leave than you do going there. So.
Yeah, and you spend way less.
Yes.
I feel like, because I know I have a lot of friends that went to Columbia. Like, out of all the friends I know 2 that graduated.
Right.
But you guys have always have the access to the school, the university, and stuff like that. Once
The studios,
like everything.
What?
Yeah. At least when I
didn't know that.
I had access to the studio and stuff. Yeah.
That's what they did. They enrolled, then it's like they had access to the campus, so they just stayed up there doing projects, networking, and stuff like that.
Yeah. If you put your time and effort into it, you get out of it. But if you're just going to get that sheet of paper, you definitely should not be doing that.
Okay. All right. So recording this project, what was the hardest part?
Recording?
Yes.
for
Putting together
them?
this project. What was the hardest part?
I would say just I don't want to speak for Trevor or Kay, but I feel like just more so just scheduling, because everybody's talented, creative. Everybody wrote their stuff, but I think it's just the timing, like getting it done in a time frame that he would have preferred, just because of people's schedules. I think that was probably the most difficult. But again, I don't want to speak for Trevor.
No, I mean,
Everything else was easy. Some talented people on his couch.
I want to say, from the artist perspective, what was some of the most challenging parts?
I would say, for me, it took me a while to come up with a concept for the song that I had, because I knew it was such a big thing for all these women to come together. I felt like I wanted to represent that in my one song, and it took me to think all of us being together, no matter what we're talking about, it's powerful. And I was trying to capture that powerful feeling in one song, and I realized that anything that I put down, obviously not something shitty, but anything that I put down, put together with all these women, it was going to make a statement.
Y'all definitely made a statement. Y'all made a statement. I was going through the project and listening to it. I think what was dope, I feel like everybody had their own record, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it was each record showed different artists to get creativity, and it all had its own message, so I like that. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this: what was the thought process behind getting everybody their own record and not collabing and doing features?
Oh, that is a great question.
So that all just a bruise from my background. I'm a multi-genre producer, and I wanted to showcase a bunch of if you were listening to a radio station,
Yeah.
changing the channel.
I see.
Yeah. You don't like that song? Go listen to this one. You don't like that one? Listen to this one.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I like some joints on there. That's how I kind of, when I do music, and I listen to it on the title, I click what I like. That's how I go back and listen to stuff on that first ear. But I ain't gonna be the one to be like, this is the one I like, because I ain't gonna do that to y'all.
Do it. Fine. Jesus.
Yeah, why you so quiet, man?
I'm always quiet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, this how I was in school. I
Yeah.
just be minding my business.
Were you in the front or the back?
I was in the front. I was the shortest person in class.
She's gonna have to see.
You gotta keep the scene. I like it. All right, so.
I know you loud.
I am loud.
Very loud.
Well,
All right. So
Yeah.
we all want y'all were worried about what I was gonna ask, what type of questions I was gonna ask.
Yeah. Can I throw this? Can I throw this real quick?
Oh, do it. Feel free.
Sorry. With respect.
and how mighty. All right.
So, how many interviews have you guys done so far in your career?
I was just talking to
Yeah.
you about this.
Oh my gosh.
I've done a lot.
Legit, this might be like my
I didn't even know.
first.
Are we excluding the one that we've done with for the EP already with
You
Trevor?
can count that.
Yeah, sure.
We can count
I was
that.
gonna say I was gonna include the one that we did with him for the project. So me, I've only had 2. I've done some podcasts. Would you consider that?
Yeah.
Interview?
If you're
Yeah.
being interviewed, yeah.
Oh, well then I got a little something.
300.
Job interview.
You know? Definitely, I would say so. This is like a good,
Over
like
9,000.
serious, like maybe my 4th or 5th. That's for me. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say this is my 3rd.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Not a girl. You
Yeah,
can
there's a lot going on here.
12,
been like-
15.
It's probably more than that.
Probably more
Yeah,
than that,
no.
yeah.
She's definitely been on some crazy late
Yeah.
night shows, so that's a whole nother story.
Oh, that's the story I want to hear.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Well, here you go.
You got-
do job interviews count?
She was counting those. Yeah.
you said turn the mic.
I thought you was gonna tell a story. I was like, yeah, turn mic.
Oh, I have no stories to tell.
She won't tell it. Just Google it. Just Google it.
I don't know if that's just something specific. I don't have any.
What's the biggest interview?
Oh man.
With
You,
what's his
You
name?
tell me.
Was that
Shantae
the one?
also my manager.
Oh, word. Okay, well then we gonna ask you the question.
It's all intertwined. Let me tell you.
Definitely.
No, the one, the guy. Oh, why can't I remember his name right now? Q, whatever. No, where Kanye was like, "You ain't got the answers."
Oh, Sway.
Sway, not Q. Why did I say
Okay,
Q?
I would say Sway.
Sway was a big one.
You just
But you've
called
all
him
been.
Q.
I don't know why I said Q. Who was I thinking of?
I don't know.
But you've also been performed on a bunch of late night shows. We did Colbert.
Yeah, we did.
Did every late night show.
Anyway.
Been on tour, like big ass tours.
It's a lot of this stuff I know. You know what I mean? I just want to get you guys a sit. Shit, kind of shy because I seen you guys on because y'all was with Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually I want to say that's how I was introduced to Bianca through Taylor.
Yeah, I think I was drunk.
Always drunk.
At a party.
2018. We was like in the artist village.
Oh
You
damn.
were intoxicated. I'm not. But you won this shot though, so you was kicking.
Yeah, that might have been. I should have took the wine.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we drink, because otherwise we're quiet.
And you made me a promise that day too.
What was the promise?
So all right, so we was back there. Back there. Everybody's back there kicking each other, and Kanye West and Cameron song called Purple Haze was playing. And we was vibing to it, and a lot of people didn't know the record. And then you was talking about the record. You was like, I'm gonna remix this record and do a freestyle on it because people don't even know the record. But
There's my sample.
I can't think of the name of the song. It's on my how it go. I'm not really good with reciting lyrics.
Does this sound familiar at all?
It's a classic record. Like if you listen to Cameron Purple Haze album, if you like a hip hop person, you know the record.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm gonna go back and do my research because I do love Cameron. I think he's real underrated as a rapper.
So you got to start that freestyle. So
All right, I will do that. You got a great memory. I don't, but I will. I'm gonna get on that. Thank you.
My team would say I don't got a good memory.
That was pretty, like a really good description.
Right?
Of that.
I remember meeting up.
I don't remember Lala at all. Was I there? I was there probably.
I feel like SpongeBob.
I need it.
My memory
Even if we weren't together, I was definitely there.
pretty good because, like I say, I first met you. You came to the radio station with Hot Rod.
Oh yes, this is that.
Yes, you was at Power 92. You came.
Oh wow. Oh wait, was Chance there?
I think that was that day.
Oh wait. You have really good memory. Right?
Okay, tell the rest of us how you met us.
Date your friends like that. You really actually have great memory.
I don't forget things because I think I I was gonna ask you like when the baby due, but I seen you and Zoo was on the.
It's the you know how so many people have asked me. That is hilarious because it's the way that it's the way this man texts me like, but I should know. He knows I have a guy, like, and so it's like that's hilarious. It's just the way he set it up was just very, very good marketing because everybody was like, congratulations, and they're DMing me, and I'm like, yeah.
I think it's a very creative person. Shout out to you, man. That's
it was a music video.
I know it was a joke.
She was pregnant.
I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah.
That is fun.
I was like, huh?
Shout out to you.
He did good. He did good.
So Brash, right? Mm-hmm. Why you so quiet?
I'm shy, yeah.
Silent but deadly.
So everybody's gonna be shy, huh?
So that's my question for you. What do you do when people don't have, a lot of energy?
Yeah,
and they answer close-ended questions.
Now we're interviewing him.
Like, or quick answers.
You know what's crazy? I don't think I ever ran into that problem. People literally like talking to me. Like, I can sit there and just let some people talk for hours. Like, every interview I have is like, they just start talking.
Except for us.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all?
We're the ones.
I think y'all just shy though. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all gotta be shy, scared, I don't know, not sober, what.
I'm ready.
No.
Yeah, just give us the
questions.
questions.
From the hard stuff, because you say y'all don't want to ask about, what you say, your sex life?
Sex life, let's go!
Whatever you want.
Let's go!
You should just, maybe drink some more of the wine or something. Like,
nah, we can do it.
And then come back.
So I want to go with what Bianca just said. You say women in private don't ask questions about.
No, I didn't say don't ask questions. I'm just saying you can ask questions about whatever it is that you would like as pertaining to women and just what we go through in the music industry. I mean, I think you've hit on all of those questions.
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna go deeper into those questions. You know,
okay,
that's I want to get deeper.
Test the water.
yeah, I feel like
You said something wrong. Ask, and we will roll with them punches.
You gonna roll with the punches?
I think we capable, y'all.
Okay. I just can't ask her about her famous friend. She said that already.
I really want to, and I just.
You might not get the answer you want.
Nah, this ain't about the famous friends. This is about y'all and the project shit. So, alright. So, one of the questions I did have that I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I work with a lot of women, friends with a lot of women, some in this industry, some not. And over the past, I want to say month, a lot of my female homies, can I say female? Because I've been getting a lot of trouble.
I don't like the word female, but
that's why I had to take out the girls. That's something else.
I don't like the word girls.
Okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the word girl.
It's just the way that it's said.
I don't like being called a girl. I'm a woman.
I think it's the way it's said.
But that makes people feel old then.
No, it doesn't. I'm a woman, but when you call me I don't like when a man consistently calls me a girl. So it's like, I know you don't mean any harm by it, but every time I hear it, I cringe a little internally. But I promise it's not like, you don't got to change what you're doing. That's just me personally.
I can't say female?
I would rather you not, but
go ahead. Finish your...
I would say, I just don't like it personally for multiple reasons, but it just feels like, like it's what people like categorize animals and creatures and things as, and we're humans.
Because
so
male
you could just
is in the female.
I mean that too, but so is woman. But I don't know. I would just say woman. Like, what's the harm of just saying woman? I hate why call us females? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I get you.
I feel like I have the same feeling of a similar like feeling when men, especially straight men. I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, gay men get a pass, but when I feel like when straight men just give women cat names.
Yeah, like baby.
Like you, my name is clearly right here.
Yeah.
Or if I introduce myself to you as Ash, why do you feel like you gotta say love, honey, sweetheart? Like, it's like, you don't do that to men. They might say bro, but I think I feel the same way.
You know what's, it's condescending, but you know what's a good example? When you're talking about men, do you say males? Like, all my males were over here doing this. Like, there's all these males at the party. You don't really say that. You say
my guy friend,
my guys, dude.
The homies.
It's just
the homies go both ways. I think the homies go both ways.
But I don't know. Female just always just sounds like it's such a scientific term, and not a lot of some people don't even identify as female that identify as like a woman. It's,
to each his own.
That aren't female that identify as a woman. So I love the term. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
My fault. I was just gonna say it's a lot of people that get offended when you say like "Good morning, Queen."
Yeah, it's just
It's just corny at this point.
And
Like,
they're
it's
like,
nice, but
and they're like, "What do you want me to call you?"
Wait, I thought some.
yes. No,
It's like, can you just call me my name?
basically, you can't win with us. No matter what you say, you're wrong when you talk to us. Okay.
Yeah,
That's in 2022. That's what I'm starting to realize. Anything I say is wrong.
no, it's not anything that you say.
Yeah, if you say the name.
Yo, I was on Twitter and somebody said like sometimes I feel like when they call me Queen, I feel like they call me a B word in the head wrap.
Wow.
That's real though.
That's
Like
I feel
Hotep.
it. I feel it.
When women, like people say
I'm not mad
Hotep.
at it.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
Because then they don't
true.
treat
It's almost
you like
become
a
kind of
queen.
like
Yeah,
right,
but
but
you
you
it's
just call me
It's
that.
a false term.
Come
Most men
on.
don't treat women like queens, so it's like, don't call me no damn queen. You're not about to treat me like one.
Right.
Oh, that's
Like they'll be like, oh, you beautiful
So-
queen. I'm like,
so-
okay, take me out to dinner. And they're like,
right.
I ain't got no money.
Not having no money is not treating you like a queen.
I'm joking. It was a bad example. It's the first thing I thought. Like, I'm saying, if you ask me out to dinner and you're not ready to pay for it, then yeah, I'm not being treated like a queen.
You know,
I'm not even one of those people who gets asked out to dinner and gets dinner paid for.
Before we get into navigating,
Don't even get me started.
you hit on the topic that's like trending right now. So we was talking. Me and my homies was talking about this not too long ago.
Not your males.
Huh?
Your males.
Me and my male friends.
Pelicans.
okay.
Male
Women
homies.
and men.
Okay, so just the
Look,
homies.
see, look, growth.
Growth already in 2 minutes.
Take a lot. You don't
So when it comes to dating, right? So we was talking, and a friend of mine was saying that he had just met this young lady, and she required her standards and requirements. Dating was, top-notch restaurants, getting flew out and stuff like that. Flued out. That was her standards of dating. Like you have to buy her stuff and things like that. So my thing is, he felt like that was like basically like prostitution.
No.
I think that was just
No.
her love language.
How about he not date her?
That's what I think.
If he doesn't want to live up to her
Yeah.
standards, then he can keep it
'Cause
moving.
he don't
There's a
have
billion
to.
people in the world.
Yeah.
My mom
Because
told me
he
to
has-
stay away from those women.
Why? Just because, like, what? No, don't get me started on that. Right
Okay.
there.
Which creates
No.
men that don't have that won't
If she's
wanna
only
live
there
up
for
to
your
any
money?
standard for a
Yeah, I
woman.
mean,
If she's literally only there for your money,
I don't care what another woman does as long as she's not harming
I think it's
anybody.
money. I think it's more so stability.
The treatment,
because
yes.
a lot of us make our own money.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
at this point, come on.
I've never in my life been treated like that.
Financially
I read that as you gotta have money or take the hike. Like,
Maybe
Yeah,
for her
if you
though.
can't pay for it, you can't have it.
true.
That's not
But
that's
at
not
the
prostitution.
that's a 200 street though. I mean, at the same time, what are you doing yourself to keep yourself up? You know what I'm like?
And most
what if
women
a-
do
and what if a
everything
woman
that
is- What if she
do stuff?
I was about to say,
down.
what if she's
Yeah.
asking for what she absolutely can't provide for herself? Because, like we said, we're nowadays the generation that we have. Women very much so are secure financially, or if we want to talk about money. So it's like if I could take myself and you and your friends out, but you
Can't take
want to
me.
call me queen when I didn't ask for all of that, but you can't. You know, you can talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk. That's not cool.
like-
Especially being a grown man. It's like.
Right.
Really?
And a lot of us, I'm sure a lot of us have taken in the men who didn't have much, or, oh, it's okay, he doesn't have
All of
this,
us
or
been
they
there.
still
We've all
treat you
been
like
there.
shit. So he's like, you might as well.
Money,
Now,
money
why want to cry on the
well,
bus?
shit.
Cry.
When you cry,
I'm gonna cry on a PJ.
okay,
No,
or
but for real, like
in Dubai.
society has done so much to women to like push us into these places, and then like gets mad when we take advantage of it. So I don't like things like that. It's like, okay, you want to make women objects, but then when women want to make money off of the fact that you're objectifying them, we're whores.
Right.
You know?
Come
Don't make no damn sense.
You know what's crazy? I ain't never heard nobody explain it like that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy. But alright, so since we on men not being shit,
Most men aren't. Sorry.
You can't say most.
because that's what I feel like I'm getting right now. I feel like men just
No.
That's
So,
a true.
what are
Most are.
Only if they don't want to grow.
they don't want to listen and grow. Then
I agree with that.
But if you
I love you guys so much.
You ain't shit, okay? You're one of the good ones.
So are you willing to help a
miss
man grow? Because I know
do
most
that
women say now, if you ain't got your stuff together, I'm not trying to raise a man. Are you willing to help a man grow?
I think women for a very, 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 very long time has been willing to help men grow, and they're
that's
just
all we
sick of
do.
it now. Now that we're sick of it, now it's you don't want to help a man.
Right.
Oh,
Feminism sucks.
Oh, it's like what was we doing 50 years? 100 years?
Thousands of years.
I think the big picture is that we don't want to be disrespected. We don't want to be treated as less than what we are. It's not. It's not about like, like I want to use you. It's more so like, show me what you are willing to put into me and into this situation. And specifically with the person that you were speaking about before, I feel like that was just their way of saying like, my way of showing love or receiving love is through gifts. Because it's like, that's not every woman. Like, for me, like, you could buy me a little teddy bear from the store and I'll be like, oh my God. Like, it's not about like, it's not about like how much you're putting down. It's about the effort behind it. And if that specific woman wants the effort to be put behind things that are expensive, then like, that's just what it is. But that's their love language.
People often confuse equality and equity. And like think like, oh, you want to be like a man, that's equality, that's what you want. It's like, no, there's equity. It's like if someone's short and someone's tall, you give the person who's short a box to stand on so y'all are the same height. That's equity. Like not, I don't know. I just hate when people do that.
What about you, Brass?
I just think everybody's different, so I feel like you should find somebody who like agrees with what you want. Like you guys have similar like values and like mindsets. Because if I want somebody who has a lot of money and all these things that you might think is like crazy, like it's okay for you to not like want to give me that, but there is somebody who will want to give me that.
Yeah.
7 billion
So keep it moving.
So many people.
Why talk shit? Why hate?
okay
Just keep it moving. If you can't,
It's just not for you.
don't want to do
It's
it.
not for me. So.
And I agree with you. I think that's when it comes to the dating scene, when it comes to all that type of stuff, like, yo, if that's not for you, don't speak down on it.
Yeah,
Exactly. There's nothing wrong
It's
with
not
her
your cup of tea.
for wanting that.
That's how she giving it up. And if somebody that's want to do it, you know what I'm saying?
She getting it. More power to her.
She getting it. Can't hate it, but, hey.
I'm not mad at her.
What are some of... let me try to get a little messy.
Messy.
Cookie, where's the alcohol?
Put some cheese on
Did
it.
I drink all
I'm
my
actually wasn't kidding for me, but
What was the worst date that each one of you have been on?
worst date. Oh man, I feel like I've never been on a date.
Yeah, I don't think I've been on a worst date, but there was this one time this guy was eating popcorn like this. And then he was smacking really loud when we was out to dinner, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. And that's when he started eating the popcorn like that. And I thought it couldn't get no worse. That's probably it. Everybody's been pretty nice to me.
I'm like a serial dater.
I'm serious.
So I'm always like dating people, but I guess the worst thing I could think of would be I was like asked to go on a date and then they couldn't afford it, so I had to pay for it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Ouch.
Did you choose or did he choose the restaurant?
He chose.
It
was like never got paid back either.
I was
That's messed up.
It sounds like purposely.
I went on one and only Tinder date and I got catfished.
But they showed up. How they show up? Like that's bravery.
Yeah, so I got catfished, and then the whole entire time he was talking to me, he was doing this. He was like,
Did you stay?
yeah, so I stayed with him for a little bit,
hell no.
and then he was like, every time he would ask me a question, so what do you do for work? And I'll be like, well, I'm a sound engineer. He'll be like, okay, what else?
So
it was really weird. It was really
Were you
weird.
in a public
Yeah,
place?
absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank the Lord.
Scary. Oh my
I
God.
like drugs.
Yeah, it's definitely drugs.
What about you ladies over here? Y'all ain't got no...
What you got?
I'm not that much of a dater. Like, I can't think of like a date that I've been on.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you in
just-
relationships a lot?
Yeah, like long term. Like I don't.
That's why,
I don't
Yeah.
date like that. So I don't think I have anything that's bad. Because anybody that I do like go on a date with, I already know, or like have known. So it's never like anything super crazy.
And habits pop out.
Most men.
Yeah, I'm not second you. I'm very committed. I like
married.
commitment. So the dating scene is just not for me. It's like either we're like gonna do this or like I'm not talking to nobody at all. It's very very hard for me. Yeah, I just know the 3-4 relationships that I had in my lifetime, and that's it. That's all I got. I don't have any weird dates. That's all I got.
Respect. I can't be alone.
Very simplicity, like or simplistic, I should say. I'm losing words. I had a girl bring her grandma. It was an Olive Garden date. And,
Gotta love Olive Garden.
I love Olive Garden though.
And
like, very much.
she kept saying the whole time when we're gonna get married, how we should get married, the whole thing, you know. First date. And then I had to pay for her and her grandma.
Damn.
Well, you should.
I mean,
I did.
You gotta pay for grams. So.
you got
I didn't know Grams was gonna be there.
Was she like oblivious to it, or was she kind of laughing like awkward?
No, she just showed up with grandma.
Just oblivious to it.
Did the grandma talk?
Wow.
Yeah, grandma.
She was asking when they
Where was I get married?
asking how they were gonna get married.
Wait, so grandma was like, okay with the conversation?
So let me ask you guys.
That's probably her grandma being.
When it comes to relationships and dating, how has that affected your music career?
I made a lot of great music.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot of. I can't even make a good song without going through. Horrible. Yeah.
I need stories. I need stories.
Horrible. Well, my first.
Let's go. Wow. Okay.
We need stories.
I got a lot to
Buckle
say.
up.
So I had this one boyfriend. I've been in a relationship with him for 3 years. Okay, we lived together and everything. He was extremely jealous, and he would pick some of my clients, the best of my clients, and he would tell me, "You are not allowed to record him."
Wow.
And these are the clients with the biggest potential ever, right? With the biggest potential that I have. He would say, "You're not allowed to record him." So until I broke up with him, nothing in my career was moving. At all. And right after I broke up with him, I opened the studio and everything just was okay. You know? Sometimes
He did exactly what he was supposed to.
the right people.
Yeah. There's a lot of men who are jealous of
Yes.
women succeeding. Abusive, yes.
I've seen that firsthand too. Yeah, I've had to yell at some of my friends about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you for that.
Like a business to like.
More so like, how can you do it over here, but you can't do it over
Yeah.
there?
Good for you for calling it out.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't call
How
it
do
out.
y'all? That's my question. Do y'all call y'all friends out for things like this? Because it's too many.
It depends.
It's too many enablers.
It depends.
I would say
Yeah, it depends on the group of friends. I've noticed.
Sometimes
friends that
that's not your.
You just drink your water and mind your business.
If it ain't a guy that's gonna be invited to my wedding or in like one of my groomsmen, I don't really like what he do is what he do. As long as he's not putting his hands on like a woman in front of me, then he good. Or totally being totally disrespectful. But or the woman they like my sister or like a real close friend, family, something like that. Right? I don't get involved in other people's business. Mainly because I know if you intervene, sometimes
It can be.
they go back and mess with each other, and then that just messed up everything. It's wasted your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's
But
facts.
if you putting your hands on a woman in my face or threatening her, she feels unsafe. But then I don't care who you is, you ain't doing that in my presence. You know what I mean?
That's a healthy balance. Yeah.
Snaps.
Is that like the smallest violin?
Right, the time.
Right, because people grown at the end of the day, and even if they're not grown, people gonna do what they want to do. So, like you said, as long as like no one's getting hurt, you can give somebody
Pervert's
as
gonna
much
be
as
pervert.
like you'll go blue in the face, especially for strangers, like giving them advice.
Yeah.
But you can't make nobody do nothing. They gonna do nothing. Like
For real.
even your friends, like you be like, girl, leave him alone. You tell yourself, leave him alone, but yeah, we gonna do what we want. So I feel you. I feel you.
Can I ask a question to the lady? What's the creepiest thing that y'all had to encounter in studio spaces with men?
Well, we could get into
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
He's interviewing. Okay.
Just music
wise. I just wanted to ask.
This is the singer,
said
songwriter,
quiet.
drummer,
Rapper.
interviewer too.
It's always the basis.
Look, I ain't mad because I do the same
Oh,
thing.
Troy
Well, no,
Worse.
that's actually a
Bunch of
question I
guys.
was wanting to get to because, like I say, I had a real close homie of mine. She deals with this a lot. Like guys that hit her up, DM me like, "Yo, I want to help you out in your career," and then always into "Let me take you out to dinner." Or,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
or be some creep stuff.
Yeah.
Like even
Am I like the first guy that really?
Who's not the queen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not the first,
Yeah.
but the
One
first
of
maybe
them.
that went through with it completely. Like, and
Without
you stayed
anything
the same too.
Yeah.
There was
I had
no
a wife.
difference.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know that yet.
kudos.
People with wives that
Yeah.
But even
Yeah.
speaking to that, the last
There's
question,
not a lot of us out there like that.
Yeah.
the last question though, I feel like nobody else fully answered, but it's so real. Like with relationships, I've noticed it gives you the best content for your music, like when you're writing or
Yeah.
like when I'm going through shit, and especially since I just recently got really into writing, when I'm going through stuff, it makes it better. I feel like I feel better getting it out, but also it's better content. And then when I'm like happy, I feel like I can't think of anything. But then also like the abusive stuff, like where they try to tell you that you want every dude, and so that forces you to not work with anybody, and
That's
it goes. So yes, it severely affects any sort of like job, especially in the arts, which is predominantly male dominated.
I can also add that goes both ways.
Yeah,
That goes both ways.
yeah, but y'all be fucking everything. So
Yeah, that too.
So wait, what do you mean? You
I meant more so like the idea of like a girlfriend or wife being
Am I
jealous
wrong?
at the fact that
You
you're
are.
working
Yeah.
with nothing but
You just say
females.
what
Yeah.
everybody thinks.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not-
I wouldn't ever be able to pull this off, bro. Like if I like the exes that I've had, like if I tell them like, yo, I'm finna be in the studio with women, we making music, late night studio
Yeah,
sessions, like them calling me, talking to them, like that time, like that's
Well, I feel like a great it's never gonna be perfect, but I feel like you can absolutely like set the tone and set the scene for things.
Yeah.
So a beautiful thing that he has done, he has let us all be able to build introduce a relationship to his girlfriend. She was here for every single session we had. She's here for the listening party, for the behind the scenes, getting the shows
She
together,
did-
like interviews,
She did all the artwork.
oh no.
all the artwork.
So it's, like,
She's
including
the
your-
sweetest girl.
your partner
Shouts
is a
out to
big way.
Quinn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My partner was artistic, so I ain't never really like they was.
You can
But I
still
feel
bring
you
them
could,
for support.
Yeah,
Like,
for
there are
support,
ways you
or
can
at
do
least
it.
let them know, like, hey, we could find a way to compromise or build trust by at least opening that door. Because I feel like, I won't speak for every woman, but I will speak for a lot. I feel like when you allow them when you open that door to build trust, sometimes it's just the quote, like, it's the thought that counts. Sometimes you just gotta let them know, like, hey, you always welcome to be a
Yeah.
part of this. No, to whatever extent you can make the decision to not. But the trust is there. You're not, I'm gonna be here at 12 o'clock. I don't care what you say. Peace. Like, dang, let them know, like, I'm working. But if you wanna participate,
show
come
up.
on in. Look, bring our snacks or our
Right.
wine or come water
be
for the
welcoming.
girls.
It might also be a reflection of you if you're not creating trust in your relationships. They're like fostering trust, so just might want to think on that. You know,
I
'cause
mean, before
it's not always the women.
Before we started rolling, y'all said cancer men ain't shit. So.
No, we definitely didn't say
That
you
wasn't
said
the
that.
word.
You said that.
was
we
the
jokingly
There
thought,
was a comment that was,
It was a comment.
and his face was, he
But
was
most
hurt.
men
He was
ain't
hurt.
shit. Most men cheat.
I heard-
No,
Most men
cancer
lie.
men get a bad rep.
I heard y'all.
Yeah.
It specifically said cancer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did two
But it
cancers
wasn't
and
the
it kind of
ish
sucked.
shit.
So.
Yeah.
But I don't pay attention really to that shit. But
But hey, if not now,
when
I'll take that
okay.
first. You know, I feel like I'm a good guy. I'll be nice to people and shit. That's cool.
And that's all that
I'll
matters.
be alright.
Baby.
It's okay. Every sign has their goods and bads,
Yeah.
and I think the men of the signs just kind of make it even harder. All of them got something.
Yeah.
there's a lot that men got to deal with, so it's not all,
You know,
all your fault.
yeah.
You know, in society, you constantly got things thrown in your face. It's
Yeah.
like temptation,
Don't cry.
temptation. So it is,
Right?
yeah, and toxic masculinity. You know,
Yes,
there's a
it's
whole lot of
terrible.
stuff that like messes y'all up. So it's not completely your fault, but everybody can still be a good person despite the circumstances.
And your Zodiac sign.
Yeah.
And you are your
Because I'm
Zodiac.
tired of people acting like it ain't a thing. It's
Gemini for
definitely a
days.
thing.
Kind of is, yeah.
Stop playing around.
Gemini.
Let's go.
I don't really get into the Zodiac sign thing, but over the past 2 years, I feel like that's like been like the trending topic within the culture. So you have no choice but to like pay attention to it.
You have to.
I did a
feel
whole
like,
EP about it.
See what I'm saying?
A 2-part EP about me being a Scorpio. Because I realized that plays a big role in a lot of like relationships and
That's called spiritual.
spirituality.
Not tell me about
Well,
Cancer.
You really want to know?
I really want to know.
What do we get?
Well, I don't have nothing against Cancers personally, because like Cancers and Pisces, those are like my two dogs. Like I get Cancers and Pisces, but I can also see why she would say that Cancers ain't shit.
We had this talk.
I can see, but like they're my dogs. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's like an outline for a person. Like everybody's still different. People can
Yeah.
still suck no matter what their
Of
sign is.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Like, just
I
be
feel like
like,
it's a great way to kind of like to learn about yourself as far as your personality. It's just another extra like, oh, okay, I do this, or oh, I don't do this. And if you really believe like you're that way because of that, and because of the influence of that horoscope, then it's like you can, if anything, better like check yourself. So it's like if you know I'm a Virgo, I know I can be very like so that's an earth sign, be very stubborn or be very like critical. So what am I going to do? I'm going to work on not being that, like for myself and others. So it could be a good thing. It doesn't have to be always, oh, you're a Cancer, you're too emotional and spiteful, and you know, a great empath. You see, you're a great empath.
Yeah,
Cancers.
that's why I be getting Cancer.
The water signs are like
that
the most
what? That's
empathic
the opposite
things,
of what the
and
Cancers
beautiful.
right now.
Beautiful. We need you.
It's crazy.
I also have water in my sign, so I have soft spots for water because I have it in me as well. Water and earth.
We're not gonna keep coming at Cancer.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer, so we're not gonna do that.
It's different,
No,
right?
I was saying that the guys give the girls a bad name.
Yeah.
Because I always hear Cancer guys, and then they feel like the girls are like that too, and we're not.
I don't know what y'all are dealing with.
Yeah, I don't know what the guys do.
We're amazing. Like we amazing. We good listeners. We get
No,
shit off
what?
our back
What are you?
if we need it.
That's literally the opposite of the two Cancer men I've dated. It's literally the opposite of what you both said.
Who's in their
Our
chart?
moon sign was-
I don't know. You could look it up, but they definitely were no empathy. Would not give the shit off their back. Like
I
no.
want to go
Maybe
back.
they had some fire.
I want to go back to the question that Bianca that she issued. Good question. Because I want to know if you guys can have some tips. Like, what tips can you give other women artists or entertainers when they're in these studio sessions with men that's making them feel uncomfortable?
Don't go alone.
Yeah,
Don't go
absolutely.
alone.
I would
Go
say-
along.
Please try to
I
go
would
with
say
somebody.
from the jump, if you feel uncomfortable, I wouldn't even risk it. I wouldn't even put myself in that situation.
But even
Yeah,
feeling
because you
comfortable,
get that
don't go
vibe.
alone.
You get the
Yeah,
vibe.
don't
Yeah.
go
Because sometimes
don't have
people
to.
are very tricky, and you'll feel very comfortable, and there's a whole nother story when you're there. Like, they tell you all these things, and you show up, and it's like, oh, it's just me and you here. This is weird.
Yeah.
You know, there's alcohol, all this stuff. You know,
Yeah.
there's all these things. Like, it's a bait and switch or whatever.
Carry something on you.
Yeah, I would
Yep.
leave. As soon as it's weird, I would leave. And being able to set your boundaries really good is good too for situations like that.
Yeah, I think letting it be known right away that that's not what you're on.
Yeah.
Not even, like, letting them think that is. Like,
This
is
is why
very
I
hard.
say to piggyback. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you didn't.
The piggyback of with the cat names. I feel like that's why it's so deep to me. Like when men, especially straight men, want to call you everything but your name.
Yeah.
It's like, I
They
don't find that
slip it-
respectful.
slip it in.
Because I feel like that it's like one little inch and then another inch and then it's like, well, shoot, you said let me do this, and that, and now you know. And unfortunately, so many people, not everybody, but so many people or so many men have taken advantage of that. So it's like, let me just be very direct. Let me be very transparent and say, just call me my name, please. And so many men, with me doing that in the last 2 years, I don't know if you guys experienced, I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
But the last 2 years, like me just saying, oh, thank you so much. I would love to like send me some, like I was a DJ. oh, I really like your work, or da 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 da, send you some stuff. Oh, hey, love, da da da. I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll email you some music. But by the way, call me Ash. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't mean nothing by it. Oh, it wasn't nothing personal. It's like, it's always a super defensive, reaction to when I say, can you just by the way, you can call me Ash. And it's like, always like this weird, like, I wasn't even on that. Like, you took it the wrong way. It's like, I just asked you to call me my name.
Right.
Like, what's so wrong with
like,
that?
Legit,
Really
like, that's like, no disrespect. I'm like, you're super cool. That's why I want to work with you in the first place. But do you mind just calling me Ash?
Yeah. I respect that, because I got a question I want to bounce off the respect thing, but I can't speak for men, and Trevor, I don't know if you want to chime in on this as well, but we living in this era. I guess I want to say like this the Me Too thing going on. So just but I say love, right? That's just like how I just said female. Like, that's just how we talk, right?
Yeah.
And by you giving me pushback and saying, "I'll just call me Ash," sometimes some men can be like, "Yo, I just want to clarify, like, yo, I'm not on none of that. Get that." That could probably be a defensive thing too.
I'll tie
it can
into
come
that.
off nicer though.
I'll tie into that because it's like our foreign friends, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're
they just
just
don't
different.
even know.
Yeah.
But I feel like the
depends.
energy is.
You can tell
I
sometimes,
feel like
like
the energy would be different, kind of.
Yeah.
True. And they're not
sometimes
from
it's
this culture,
condescending.
so it's different. If you're from the culture where like.
yeah.
But even like, what's your excuse?
Even from the culture, it could still be condescending. Like, it doesn't necessarily remove that, but it's just how you react. If somebody sets that boundary and says, "Please don't call me that," and you're like, "Well, I didn't even mean that," and start going nuts,
right.
and it's like, well, shit, I know. But you can simply just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, of course."
Yes, right.
Like, what?
That's
all you gotta say.
That's
what she's referring to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you.
Because that's mostly what happens.
That's usually the response.
Like when a man tries to ask you out, and you say no,
and then
you're like, "I'm not interested," or even if you
corny.
feel. Like, I'm sure you've experienced this because we all have, but like when someone is trying to work with you and you're feeling like they're saying things that are flirty or slightly inappropriate or like crossing that line a little bit, and you're like, just let you know, like, I'm not trying to be on that. I'm dating somebody, and then they'll be like, "What the fuck? I wasn't even."
Absolutely.
You ain't even that hot, bitch.
But everything
like,
but it's crazy.
What the fuck?
It happens so much. Especially if you get on dating sites and stuff and you don't answer, they'll be like, "Well, I didn't even fucking think you cute anyway," and you're like, "What?
Yeah.
Why are you talking to me?"
I
Like,
don't know nothing about dating, so I never.
men are weird. Y'all are weird.
You never heard of, like, if you're like walking down the street and the guy is catcalling a girl and she's not interested, he's like, "Well, you was ugly anyway."
Yes.
You never heard of that?
Immediately jump to insults or calling you a bitch.
Because you didn't get
Yeah, I think, which I love that word.
That's so much emphasis
not
on your word.
Bitch. You know, like,
I just want to say that if a female is looking for a safe space in the studio, she should come record with me, okay?
Yes.
Like that song.
Yes.
but you said female. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It's not
Look
the
what you
same.
did.
So
Cultural barrier.
No, it's different
that's
when a
what
woman says it.
I kind of wanted to go towards. So it's the respect thing. She mentioned on respect. Like, do you feel as like a female?
We're trying. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's a
that
work in
owns a
progress.
studio? Do you feel, and as an engineer, do you feel that you get your respect you deserve from other like males in the industry?
So I think in the beginning when I just started about 7 years ago, everybody wanted to record with me because
Because you're a woman, yeah.
because I'm a woman. Everybody was like, "Oh, who is that? Let me see." Everybody was booking sessions. Well, mostly men were booking sessions with me because they were like, "Oh, I haven't seen this, and like I haven't seen a woman working at a studio, like engineering and stuff." And then they would come here, they would see me actually being a good engineer, and some of them would ask me out, some of them would try something, but at the end it would always 100% of time it would end with, "You know what, I apologize for behaving like this. You are a really good engineer and I really want to keep working with you. I don't want to mess up this relationship. I just want to keep working with you. Music is really important to me." So I feel like maybe the last 4 years nobody even hit on me even once out of my clients. So everybody respects me.
Yeah, you're really good at separating that. I've noticed,
Yeah.
like letting like friendly energy only. Like you're not.
So I guess this is a question So not about working with men. How is it working with other women? Is it always peaches and cream, or does it?
No, definitely not.
No.
It's gotten better. Because when in 2015 is when I started like doing like a party called Pussy Control, and I had started like a nonprofit that was like to get women to work together, and it was very difficult at first. And I was always so confused why it was so difficult. It's definitely gotten a lot easier now where everybody's kind of, more people are on the same page where they're like, yes, let's do this together, let's uplift one another. But for a while, and it's not even our fault mostly because society often does it, like tries to pin us as like we're constantly against one another or at competition, like, oh, well, she's hotter, she looks better in this dress. Like, there's so many different ways that outside forces put us in competition, so of course we're going to naturally like gravitate towards that. So I don't really blame women that much, but it has gotten a lot better.
Wait, I have a question actually into that.
Yes.
Is it true that the woman dresses to beat the other woman's dressing?
No,
No?
absolutely
Okay.
not. I'll never in my life dress to look better than another woman.
Okay.
I dress to look my best.
Your best.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm sure there are some that do.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
sure
personal
it's-
thing.
yeah.
Like some people just suck, you know.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
So we just spoke on competition, right? How many rappers do we have here?
2.
I feel like all of us rap, right?
I don't.
I
No.
snap.
I know
sing
we got
rap.
some sings on the project.
Sing
too,
rap.
So,
I fake rap.
Right.
alright, so in hip hop culture, it's a competitive thing. It's natural for people to go against each other.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel when they say, "Oh, you guys are putting women against each other in rap"? This is my take on it. I feel like if natural in hip hop, you put two MCs against each other, two rappers against each other, not for them to tear each other down, but just to sharpen their pen, get the best songs, get the best verses. But when it comes to women doing it, I see a lot of people say, "No, we're not supposed to do that. Women gotta uplift each other. Y'all can't put us against each other." How do y'all feel about that?
I think the difference is when you're comparing MCs and men, you're comparing what they're saying. With women, you're comparing how they look,
Exactly.
how they dress,
It's like everything.
how they move.
Wow.
And
That's
it's not-
where it comes from.
It's definitely not the same. And people will still be like, even if they're like, oh, I like Drake better than Jay-Z, they still think both are good. They're not going to like completely shit on the other, but it tends to be like when they're comparing women, it's like one is good and one's not. It's never like both can still be good. It's just you don't like this person more or something.
Okay, but you do. But this is my take on it again. You know what I mean? Just throwing this out there. So majority of people that listen to women rappers are women.
Yeah,
Right.
but why is that? Think about that too.
Because music is supposed to be relatable, right? So a lot of stuff, women talk about these days, a lot of men can't relate to it. So if we're talking about people saying one is better and one is not, that's women. In my eyes, when I see these debates, I'm gonna just throw like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj for example. I really didn't see a lot of men commenting on who was better, who was not. I saw a lot of women commenting on it, saying like Cardi was better or Nicki Minaj was better. And it
That's
was
also something that's been cultivated
That's
too
what-
for so
yeah.
many years.
Yeah,
Society throws you into that. It's a lot of societal like shit that puts you in those buckets of you have to think this way or feel this way. Same for
Yeah.
men. It's just a different thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like you're kind of conditioned, or like at least I know that I was conditioned like through my school and like everything to be in competition.
Absolutely.
Like there were days where I would come into the classroom and they would be like, "That girl should fight you," and I'm like, "Why?" Like you should fight each other because you look similar, and like it made no sense. Like dead ass.
Crazy.
Like
that's real.
that was something that was like ingrained or pushed when you're younger, and it just carries over. Yes.
yes. Same way
Yes.
toxic masculinity is ingrained in you.
Oh, yeah.
But in music, you don't think that's acceptable? Like when I have to get in the booth, like, yo, Bianca got this verse, I gotta go harder than her because her verse was like that.
It's
Oh, you
usually
should
not
do
about
that.
that. To me, it's really not about that with the female rappers. Like they don't focus on who's rapping better. I feel like
That's
it's-
what Shantae was just saying. Like
yeah,
with men,
that's
it's
the
like
problem.
Eminem is the top in the
Yeah.
top 5, and Jay-Z is in the top 5, and I love Ludacris.
I think
Ludacris is up there because
Who's the
of
alpha
their
male?
skill.
Like, who's the
We're
big
not
dog?
saying
Okay.
Drake looks better than Kanye, so that's why he's better. We're
Yeah.
saying Nicki Minaj is
And our looks
Cardi
always get
and-
brought into it. Like when men are debating,
Yeah.
like whether a man is better than not, be like, but Drake's sexy as hell, you know?
Yeah, that
And
never
Jay-Z,
comes up.
he looks a little chunky, you know? Like that. But with women, it will always be like, she got fat ass or something. Like it's always
Yeah.
about the look as well as the art or the talent. It's never separated. Which I'm not even that mad at, but it just sucks when it comes to stuff like that.
I ain't gonna lie, I go in and I try to kill shit, but it ain't.
That's healthy competition.
That's healthy.
I'm not doing it to
I'm
tear
not
somebody
finna
else
say I'm
down.
gonna kill you, but I'm
Yeah,
still finna
but
kill
I'ma
this
do-
shit.
Yeah, but that's like you
That's
personally. But
different.
you're not out here like being like this bitch sucks and then going in and trying to do better. You know, like you just do.
I
good.
just say people suck, but I ain't like I don't.
You ain't say it.
You know what I'm saying though. You're doing it because it's for you to do better.
Track. You
Yeah,
say she see her. You hear her say she going in like she trying to go crazy.
Yeah.
What's your thought process? You like, oh no, Bianca, just do your thing. I'm gonna just do the best verse, or you like, no, I gotta kill her.
I'm just thinking. I'm not even thinking about her verse. I'm just thinking about my verse and what I'm about to like put on the track. So
and that's the way it
That's
should.
right.
Yeah, like a little bit of
that's
both.
all I
Yeah,
be
like-
thinking about.
I think it's good to match the energy of like a track, right? Like if somebody goes in and kills it, you're like, okay, cool, I gotta go hard. Like yeah,
but I'm not thinking
to,
this
like,
bar or that, and then
Yeah.
I'm not thinking
not
that.
to be like.
But you
I'm just
kind of
doing
got
my
to
best.
too when people like send you music and you be like, I ain't finna get out that shit. Like you know, like if it's good or you know bad, you have to make that decision. Like what would this do? You know, to help to elevate my career. And a lot of people just take the money, you know, they'll take the money and they, you know, they don't care what they do with it. They're not going to promote it. They're not going to do shit with it. So you want to work with people who are, you know,
Smart.
smart and that you feel like you can just make good music with.
I'm waiting on the woman rapper to hit the Kendrick Lamar control. I just waiting on that one woman rapper to come into the game and just eat everybody. That's just me. I think
There's a lot of really good women rappers that
There
just
are,
aren't popular.
especially in
or-
I'm just saying
Chicago.
like call people out like how Kendrick did on that record. Like how he went for Big Sean, he went for Hov, he went for Drake, he went for.
Do you think a woman could,
that was
in the industry that we have, a woman could even do that, and it would be able to be as successful
Yes.
as Kendrick
Yes.
got to
Yes,
do?
you guys have way more
Yes.
power now than you did back
Yeah.
then. You guys, oh my
Absolutely.
god!
I definitely
easy.
think it would go crazy if a woman did that, but it would be like why? To,
Right.
You're like,
It's
why
like
are
for
you
clout
doing it for
chasing, it
everybody?
seemed like that
it
would
wouldn't
be-
make a lot of sense.
I feel like
But that's
it's hip hop.
Somebody
but that's
did do
for
that.
men. It is ingrained in like the male part of hip hop, but for women, there's all these other like the hurdles you got to jump that will make it seem like you're just hating if you did that as a woman. But
It depends on how hard the song is. If you do it the right way, like go crazy, then yeah.
like not in a
And
hating
it
way,
don't
but just
even
be like,
matter
let's
if
go.
y'all
Yeah.
hating.
If it's fine,
It's
yeah.
gonna get the pub that it needs to
Yeah.
get. It's good marketing.
Yeah,
let's
that's
do that.
smart. I might have to.
Let's
yeah.
do
I mean, I
that.
personally don't care to be talking about people like
Talk
that.
shit about everybody here.
I think it should be done. I think it should be done, especially with the power women have right now in music. I think I would love to see that go. That's just me.
Yeah.
But I ain't trying to hate or start no beef.
I also want to say, I feel like I believe in, I'm not a competitive person at all. It's like, I'm not here for it. I'm not, you can't make me do it. I think Shantae was kind of leaning towards it. I feel like I think it's a healthy competition and a toxic competition. I think it's so much toxic competition ingrained for women. Artists in general. Doesn't just have to be rap. It could be singers. It doesn't matter, writers. But I think if it could become more healthy and like people just inspire and influence, it's like I got plenty of people that I love. Like when I think like how many people influence me and I admire and I want to be just as good as you, but in the best way that I can be for myself as a person, myself as an artist. Not I need to be better than you. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, can we just change that narrative? Because we all human at the end of the day, and we all creators at the end of the day. Like, come on now.
And it's harder because
Let's focus on that more.
there are a lot fewer women artists that are on that level, so it's like kind of, to me, it can be kind of heartbreaking sometimes when you see like women going at it, because it's always going to be like a cat fight. But like, I would rather see them work together before I would want to see them fight.
Did
It's
she-
like, when is the
Did she sound like a
collab happening?
competitive tape, or did it sound?
It didn't. It didn't. It didn't sound like a competitive tape. And I in my brain, the reason why I feel like it didn't sound like competitive tape because everybody had an individual record.
Their own record.
Now, if I'm 8 times out of 10, if people was featured on them songs, you would hear a different, like, yo, she just said that I'm gonna rewrite my verse because I'm not gonna go out like that. You know what I mean?
Who rewrite verses?
I'm just saying, I'd have been in the studio and I seen somebody like, hold on, or just like, nah, this verse ain't going on that. He just went too crazy, or she just like, so I done seen that happen before. So, you know, that's just my take on it. I think if it was features on there, I think that would have, just by nature, that would have just gave it a competitive edge, like on the track. So.
Or just like a, you know, we gotta come correct, because it's not a personal thing. It's not like because you did good, like, or you did great, so I want to match the great. Not personally, but let's be all great together.
Yeah, I like that too.
Everybody pick the hold up, they end up. You feel me?
But that's hip hop though. That's why I say when I say hip hop, it's like what is this thing? Iron sharp steel, you know, swords. That went to public school. I don't know.
Iron sharpens steel. That's the saying.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like you make me better. So like when we talked about earlier, we talked about relationships. When you talk about business partners. When you talk about your engineer and producers and rap, like you need whoever you invite in your circle. You need people on your team to make you better.
Absolutely. So it's just different being the man and the woman because. It's just not. I don't know. It's hard for all of us to break down the psychology behind it, but it's just vastly different. Like, and I'd rather uplift one another rather than. But I have worked on projects like that. I had started a project in 2017, like where I was trying to get a bunch of women on stuff, and it wasn't competitive, but that shit was amazing. And we were making each other better just because we were uplifting one another and being like, oh shit, this is great. You could do this. Not sending each other off. So it's like you can do that same thing and have that competitive feel without it tearing one another down.
You learn.
It is different for men, though. Y'all could literally fight and be friends still.
Right, the same day.
And women have a different way of moving about things. So what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's good to let people know if they can be better at the craft. Because I would have never gotten better if... the producer I was working with didn't ball my paper up and throw it in the garbage or say, I think you can go harder than that. I would have never had a different perspective of, I'm thinking I'm in here setting shit on fire. And you're like, nah, this is not it. So, that's how you get better for people to be honest with you.
That's valid. Well, ladies, I appreciate you, and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys giving me the time, sitting here and talking to me about the project, about other things. And I'm going to do my best to stop saying female, okay?
That's great.
Yay, thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, it's your boy Cody Mack. And this was a dope interview on What's the Word. And
signing
out.
Hey, what's up? What's the word?